Oh, this one's cool. What would this one be called? Do you have a name for it? Or?
No. At the moment, it is just Plank Girl.
Plank Girl. So is that a reflection at the bottom?
It's her shadow.
I mean, sorry, shadow. Yes. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So to be honest, I pulled this image out of a magazine, like a furniture magazine. She's a table. She's a table base. But I love that form. It's so interesting. It's kind of like a yin yang, right? The dark and the light.
Yeah.
And I liked the value shift. Value by, like, the dark and the top, and then the shadow, and then the light and the bottom and the figure.
Right.
But it makes it seem more powerful, those sort of like contrast.
You're staring yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And then being honest with yourself.
Or holding the weight of something.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to paint it as a table and maybe put something on it that I can work from life.
That's strength. If it's a foundation you can put weight on.
Right. But,
look at me getting all artsy over here, man. I'm a pro now at this point.
Yeah, you are a pro.
I'm a pro.
It's the truth.
But I mean, I can, my brain is open. I'm an, outside the box person. So as little as I know about art, I feel emotions when I look at these things, look at these pieces, and didn't mean to call them things.
There are things. I think of them as like objects.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I didn't know if that would come across as insulting to an artist. Look at that thing, but it's just fascinating to see this stuff up front and to just know someone like you, like know an actual artist. And our studios are walking distance from each other. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But anything else you wanted to say about that one? I didn't want to cut it short here.
No, I just wanted to show some life sketches, some imagination sketches, and these are ideas that I'm working through my head right now. So they're not fully fleshed out like the paintings we've talked about. I can't speak to them very well yet, but they will be something very soon.
You've told a beautiful story through your art and all the different styles and how you connect with it. I thought that was really cool. And it's a portfolio, and you're showing the different styles that you can bring to the table, and it's not just one thing. You have different approaches and different tools and actually different physical materials that it's being painted on, and like the one with the wood grain, so it's a showcase of your talents too.
Thank you.
So
too many interests. I'm sure it's like a musician likes a lot of different types of music, and it all filters into the stuff that you create.
Yeah. Like, I appreciate all music. There's some music I prefer to play over listen. And then there's stuff I prefer to listen to that I might not be able to play.
Right. I see some pieces, some paintings, and I just love them. And then I try to do it, and I realize that is not my temperament.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy that process one bit.
Like, I enjoy playing disco is my favorite on the bass, but I don't fly down the highway and listen to the Bee Gees. But
that's funny.
I'll be blasting Metallica or Slipknot, and I can play some of those things, but it's limiting. That's what I like to listen to, so I always have to, or I'm working in a band and have to play country music for 4 hours a night for 50 shows a year,
But you have
I don't like listening, and I don't like playing it. I have to do both. So
I feel like that with a lot of commissions, but I have to trick myself. I'm like, all right, what can I learn from this?
I want to end it with one last. I'm glad you brought up the word commissions. So thank you for showing all the paintings. I hope you all enjoyed that. But now I'm curious, and I've always been curious about what it means to the meaning behind commission. I've heard it before. Like, I commissioned this artist to make something for me, right?
Right.
Why, to me, in my brain, it's just like I hired the person, I paid a rate to have a painting made for me. but the word commission is used. Like, what does that mean? The commission, when someone commissions you to paint something, is that really just a business transaction, or is there something else to it?
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. I'm not sure why the term commission has stuck around for artists. Maybe it has to do with how people made things back in the day, commissioned by the court to paint this portrait. But for me, I really have to get in tune with the person's story that they're trying to tell, because these are easy. These are my story. You know, I feel it. I see it. It's easy for me to translate. But for somebody else, you know, I have to learn a little bit about them. I have to be able to emotionally invest in their story. I think some artists can play country music and just do it, right?
Yes.
I'm not that type of person.
I've made a career at that.
I have to believe in it.
Yeah.
I did a commission earlier this year for a couple who lost their son. The wife got pregnant. She got COVID while she was pregnant, and they lost their baby a couple hours after he was born. And the dad called me and he said, I want a portrait of my son. But all the pictures they had of the son were, you know, they were cold. They didn't reflect how they felt about him. They wanted to remember, you know, how sweet he was, how perfect he was. And I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely. I'll paint your son, you know, because
what an honor, right?
I'm a sucker for that. You know, I just, if it, as an artist, I can help you change the way that you experienced something through something beautiful, and have something that is representative of that moment without all the pain, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe they can exist together, you know, the pain and the beauty, which I think is true in life.
But you created something for them that they're going to carry for the rest of their lives.
And I used, you know,
that's just such an honor to have that opportunity, right? I mean, goodness.
But you have the ability to, you know, like, technically, I painted him with warmth and life, and like he was kind of glowing, right?
Yep.
By the craft that I learned as a painter. So,
but it's such a special thing for the parents,
right?
It's beyond, you know.
So I feel like that is more than just, I'm going to hire you to paint this picture. It's more than a business transaction. Like, it's an emotional transaction.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. Thanks for the lesson on that. But I'm still stuck on the fact that, you know, they wanted a painting that was going to be so incredibly special to them for the rest of their lives, that is always going to be visible, you know, and is going to be on the wall or a part of them until they pass away.
Right.
A long time. And I just think it's special. Right. So it's special that, you know, you were chosen for that. That must have been a neat feeling, because that's an honor to my mind, because you're creating something that's going to affect the family for generations. Right. And it allows this little boy to not be forgotten. Yeah. Not, you know, just be a series of pictures or a marker. Like, he's present. Like, you know, he's present. Yeah, that's special. That's really cool. Yeah. So that's, well, let's end it with that. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Thank you so much. That was a sweet story. You know, very welcome. You know, I want to do more content with you. I told you, you know, we're going to do all kinds of different things. Why not? Right. Yeah. So thank you for hanging in here till the end. Again, AngeeMontgomery.com. Please check our website out. It's well done, and sign up for a newsletter. Tell us a little more about your website and newsletter. Sure. Yeah. So I have a website. My website is pretty cool, I must say. It has bells and whistles. You can view paintings. You can also zoom in really close. You can see what they look like on your wall if you're interested in one. And then if you sign up for my newsletter, that's the best way to stay in touch with me. And if you're
if you like my stories or you like the way my brain thinks, I write. I love writing as well as painting. So I write stories through my newsletter and I send them out. And, I think unfortunately our emails are just packed full of nonsense most days, but
yes,
I really feel like my newsletters are like something exciting to open.
Yeah, that pops out of the inbox.
Yeah.
All right.
Takes you out of your normal, salesy.
Yeah, the day-to-day.
Yeah.
Because emails often bring stress, right?
Right. You can read
at least it does in my world.
Read a little story. I think they're fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this. Thank you for bringing all your paintings. And thanks for being a friend.
Yeah. Thank you, Derrick.
And thank you all for watching. Take care now.
Bye.